This is Dolany TV, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of Edmonton Oilers discussion here on the channel this Monday. Yeah, it's Monday. It's been a wild weekend. I don't know if you saw the hailstones that have been produced in northeast Calgary back on Saturday night, but my goodness, those were scary. Got through that. I was in Balzac at the time, but you know what? I survived, and unfortunately, a lot of people's houses down here in Calgary, they're pretty bad off. Same with car windows and such. So hopefully a speedy recovery in the areas affected by the hailstorm here in Calgary the other day. So, you know what? Back to the Oilers, right? That was the weekend recap. Now let's get to some news coming out of NHL.com today. And well, it's it's a glowing endorsement from a guy who, you know what, had a pretty good season this year. You could say Mr. David Pastrnak had a great season, won the Rocket Richard Trophy alongside Alexander Ovechkin, but you know what? Now he's endorsing one of ours for the Hart Trophy, and no, it's not Connor McDavid. Let me read you this quote, clipped from the NHL.com interview that they did with Pastrnak yesterday. Let me get you a time. I should check that. Done at 1:40, released at 1:42 today. I guess I should say that. The NHL Insider segment for today. For me, it's absolutely no question, Pastrnak said. It's going to be, and it should be, Leon Draisaitl. All right? It's going to be, and it should be, Leon Draisaitl. The way he played this season, it's absolutely no question for me. So there you go. You wanted to know where my title came from? Right from this quote, straight out of the NHL.com article. Declared Draisaitl of Oilers should win Hart Trophy, Bruins Pastrnak says. And that's the NHL Insider article done by Emily Benjamin of NHL.com. So, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, that is your glowing endorsement right there for Leon Draisaitl to win the Hart Trophy. And we've discussed, right, the Art Ross season he's had. But there's so many more things to Leon Draisaitl than just what he has done in terms of goals and assists, right? Leon Draisaitl, if you bring up his hockey reference stats, there's a lot to it. We talked to you the other day about how he pretty much led this team in almost every category, or was second in almost every category on this team in terms of statistical leaders in the basic categories. A refresher for you, Leon Draisaitl, 71 games played, 43 goals, 67 assists, and 110 points for you. All right, so that's your situation there. -7. That's, you make of it what you will. I know there's a big debate going on Twitter today about it. One category that goes unnoticed for Leon Draisaitl. You can talk about him costing the team in the defensive zone. You know why he's doing that if he is, according to you? 18 penalty minutes. By contrast, he had 52 penalty minutes in an 82 game season last year. So give or take, give him an extra 6 penalty minutes. That's still only 24. That's less than half the penalty minutes and the lowest career penalty minutes he's had if he's played 71 games or more in a season. So absolutely incredible there. Now, the goals, power play splits here, 27 even strength goals, 16 power play goals, 10 game-winning goals. You want to talk about a guy who means everything. The most valuable player in the NHL and on his team. 10 game-winning goals for Leon Draisaitl. That doubles any career high he had in any previous season with 5. So, that's it. And another thing you want to talk about Leon Draisaitl? He shot 19.7%. That's a career, that's second in his career for highest, but only had 218 shots. So the guy was ripping the puck realistically. 402 total shot attempts, got more than half of them through, and played 22 minutes and 37 seconds on ice per game. Let me see if I've got this in my bank of graphics here, as this should be here for you right here. I hopefully have it, and there it is. All right, the stats haven't changed because nothing's changed in the NHL since we last spoke. Let me get those graphics up there for you, and there you go. You can look at what I'm looking at right now. Faceoffs won, 52.1% in the faceoff dot for Leon Draisaitl. Excuse me, what? Right? Leon Draisaitl, that one blip of a year in 17-18 where he won 56.1. But you look at it, that is still second best in his career. This guy was on his game. 19 blocks, that's less. 27 hits, not as physical, actually trends down to be the second worst in his career. 60 takeaways, you could give or take that he might have been able to reach 71, but probably closer to his third lowest in his career. And then, of course, you've got the giveaways category, which on pace, about the same as last year. So you talk about an MVP type season last year, even still would have been an MVP season this year if all things considered the way it went. If he finished with 105 points, 110 makes no difference. So that's your basic stats on Leon Draisaitl right there to argue why he's the MVP. Obviously, you can argue whatever other categories you want. However, the other side for Draisaitl, when you look at this, if I can find what I'm looking for here. I cannot find what I'm looking for here, but let's just go over to the Edmonton Oilers team. I know what I'm looking for. It is the shorthanded stats and the power play stats and all that. So skater time on ice statistics. And you talk about goals for per 60. Draisaitl was right up there with 3.8 goals per 60. Kailer Yamamoto, the next best, only played 27 games, so give Draisaitl the best on the team for a qualifying season. And of course, time on the ice on the power play. Connor McDavid played a whole 3 seconds more than him on the power play. However, his goals for on the power play up there with Connor McDavid's. Draisaitl 11.9. Connor McDavid chase on Adam Larson up there. I don't know how he has 1 second on the power play. That must have been the one that squeaked on. Benson up there, right? So you talk about it realistically. Chase on Nugent Hopkins, Connor McDavid ahead of him. That's no surprise. Short-handed though for Draisaitl this season. This is the stat I was looking for. He played still 52 seconds time on ice per game. Yeah, so Leon Draisaitl still spent time on the penalty kill this year and was a guy who could do it all. I mean, I argue about Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, but when you're arguing for a Hart Trophy, there is absolutely every category of stat you can throw your way as Leon Draisaitl, that is for sure. So by player, throw some NHL.com stats up here for you. You want the argument to be made, I will make the argument. Even strength goals, you know what? Draisaitl, 27 even strength goals. Okay, power play goals, he was second behind Pastrnak. Now, right, we talked about Pastrnak right off the top. If Pastrnak, with his 20 power play goals and his Rocket Richard in his case, is saying no, Draisaitl's the MVP, I think exactly right there. You're talking about a guy knowing what's up. Power play points wise, Draisaitl, the leader in the NHL with 1 extra, the deadliest power play in the NHL. Game winning goals, tied with Pastrnak for 10. See, there's some similarities here, what's going on. Pasternak's had a good season too, but he's saying, no, 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 my friends. Give it to Leon Draisaitl. Absolutely, 100%, no doubt about it. So that is fun right there. And points-wise, right, Pastrnak, third in the points race, Connor McDavid in that race. And you talk about the other side too, face-off win percentage. You can go through everyone who's 100 or 60 or something like that. Like you talk about the who's who of face-off men once you get into the 50-60 category that have played more than a couple of games. And yeah, it gets pretty interesting there. So Draisaitl not on the top of the list there, but you get where I'm going for sure. So yeah, end of the day, I can bring up whatever statistic I want. This is, if Connor McDavid had this season, hands down, nobody would be even debating this situation. It would be the Hart goes to Connor McDavid, no doubt about it. But with everything all said and done, Pastrnak now endorsing Leon Draisaitl, saying it should absolutely go to him, no doubt. Well, let me tell you, it is without a doubt Leon Draisaitl's Hart Trophy. Anything else is an absolute, mockery of the situation, considering. But like I said, if this was Connor McDavid, no doubt about it. Just because it's somebody else on the Oilers, here we are having the debate, so it seems. Not necessarily saying it is that way, not trying to throw the conspiracy theory out the window, but it just straight up, stop denying it. Let's move on. Let's wait for the official vote and just get the vindication we've been waiting for, because us Oilers fans already know we've got the Hart Trophy winner right here on our team, and his name's not Connor McDavid. If David Pastrnak of the Boston Bruins can know that, I think every NHL writer can know that. Guys, I'm Tyson. This is Stolany TV. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will catch you in the next one.